Welcome back to the shed, and I'm going to quickly go through this because it's going to be a long video and it's going to be dull. So this is a test video. I'm testing the new Hollyland microphones I've just bought. So none of the sound is going to be fiddled with. It's going to be raw as recorded directly from the microphone to the camera with no interference by me in the software. So I'm not going to run it through any graphic equalizers. I'm not going to put any filters on it. It's just going to be recorded flat, raw, as it comes in. Most of the video will be recorded using the Hollyland wireless microphones. The section where I show you the Hollyland up close, that's going to be recorded through the internal microphone on the camera, because obviously I'll be showing you the units. Again, I'm not going to fiddle with the sound. It's just flat as it's recorded. Then I'll put in a small bit of video recorded a few days ago at Mount Grace, not Mount Grace Priory. Where's the other one? At Reeve Wabbey. So I'll drop in a bit of video that I recorded a few days ago at Reeve Wabbey, and I didn't use because although it wasn't a windy day, there was some wind and it did mess the sound up. Hence me buying these things. It did tick me off that the sound was ruined, so all the video I recorded is unusable. But I'll put a little bit of that in. I'll also put a little bit in from our road trip when we were in Cumbria not long back, and we're on the beach near Maryport. And again, the wind was, although not very windy, was enough to ruin the sound in places. So I'll put a couple of short extracts from those videos in just as a benchmark of what's happening now when I use the onboard microphone on the camera. Then there's a much longer bit of video where I'll go through the 3 different modes, recording modes on the Hollyland. And the reason it's long is because we went on the dog walk and it was a windy day, and I wanted to get a real world feel of how they coped with wind. So it's a bit long-winded. So there's red flags. There's a bit of a red screen every now and again, and that's when I change from one mode to the other. So if you get bored, you can flick through the next red screen and start again in the next mode. And there is, to my ear, and I am deaf, to my ear there's a difference in the safe mode. The safe mode seems to clip a bit of the sound off Karen's voice because the microphones are set to default as they come out the box. I hadn't fiddled with them, and she tends to peak because she shouts and her voice is at a higher pitch. It tends to peak out and distort the sound a bit. So I'm going to turn hers down, but we'll cover all that in the video. So sit back. I'd say enjoy, but it's not one to enjoy. It's a point of reference, and that's the reason I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Not because it's any good, but as a point of reference, should anybody else be thinking of buying this piece of kit. And at the end of that, there's a bit of my thoughts about this kit. So sit back and enjoy, I suppose. Right, so this is what you get in the box. This is the Hollyland Lark 150. Now, if the sound has changed, it's because I'm using the onboard microphone, because obviously these microphones are in the case. And you get this case with the Hollyland, nice little plastic box, but it's more than just a plastic box, as you'll see when we get into it. Open the lid, and you are presented with the receiver in the middle and 2 transmitters. And if we turn them on, it all lights up, and it shows you the battery state of the transmitter and each receiver, but also at the top it says case. That's because this case has a built-in battery, and the battery in the box is large enough to recharge both the receiver and the transmitters 2 and a bit times, at least twice plus a little bit. So when you take them out, the receiver and the transmitters, they will automatically pair to each themselves. There you go, they're all paired. And as you can see, or you might be able to see, I'll move the box out of the way, you have 2 channels and battery status shown on the receiver itself. Now you can, by turning the dial, alter the gain on these, and they come default at 10, and I've turned this channel down to 7 because there's two channels and they're denoted by the coloured lights. Now they might not show up on camera, but that one's a darker blue and that's a lighter blue, and they correspond with the blues on the transmitters. So that's the receiver, and that clips onto your camera, and there is a power button on the side to turn it off, and a phone jack, headphone jack, so you can plug headphones into this and listen to the sound. So if you've got somebody playing cameraman, they can plug into that and listen to the sound. And that's the line out. And you get two cables. This one with the grey end, that's for smartphones, and the one with the two black ends is for cameras. So that plugs in there, this plugs into your camera, and that's set up. I'll put that down. These are the little transmitters, and they have a built-in microphone on the top, and they have a socket for a microphone, an external microphone, and that's what I was using earlier. I had the lapel microphone plugged in there. You get two lapel microphones come with it, so they just plug in there, and then that end clips onto your shirt, and you're away. You've got comms. Or you can just clip, there's a clip on the back that will clip onto your shirt, and you can just use this little unit as is. Now in windy conditions, and you'll see in the video that I'm going to tag onto this when we're outside, you get these dead cats or dead kittens, a little fluffy thing, a shield that goes over the microphone. Now these clip on quite cleverly, simple but clever. You have a little spike on them that goes into the headphone jack, and that's that, it's clipped on. Right, where are we now? We're on the beach, exercising the dogs. We're north of, where are we? North of where? Maryport. We're just north of Maryport on the beach. It's not too windy. She that must be a bird is ahead of me by 20 feet.
Come on then, give us your ball.
And hopefully it's still recording sound.
Come on, ball.
Sometimes she's facing me, sometimes she's not.
Go get it.
But if these work, it gives us some freedom.
Give us your ball. Go on, Belle. Bella, what are you doing?
It will give us freedom of movement rather than being...
Stop eating.
Oh, she's found something to munch on.
Come on. I don't know what you're eating, but behave.
Could be an apple. It's an apple.
Come on, move on.
Where we want the dogs, there's lots of crabapple trees and apple trees, and she loves the autumn, doesn't she?
She loves any time of the year. She might find furry things.
The autumn means lots of apples.
Oh yeah.
And she does like an apple. So again, the wind's blowing.
The more fermented, the better.
So I'm deliberately talking through the wind to see how it copes with wind noise.
Come on then, Dex.
It's quite blustery. Normally I wouldn't record it in wind like this at all.
Give me your ball.
Move somewhere and get out of the wind.
Come on, give me your ball.
As I say, this is just a test to sound to see how it records in the wind.
Old man doesn't want it.
Let's turn around.
Go fetch.
Now you can see me and hear me. Jesus, I'm giving you a treat today.
Oh
well,
yes.
I hope you can hear me. I don't know until I get back. Now, one thing this unit has got is a headphone out.
Come on then.
So you can connect an earpiece to it or some headphones to it and get an actual, well, hear the sound as it's being recorded. So you'll know where it sounds like, which is handy, I suppose, especially if you've got somebody helping playing cameraman, because they can also then play sound recordist as well. They can have some headphones on so they can hear the sound as it's going on to tape. Because obviously I could be waffling to you like this and the sound could be absolutely pants, and I won't know till I play it back. But with this unit, somebody can be listening to the recording as it's being recorded. Which could be useful.
You're going to get your bottom bit.
Don't know how useful, not to me, but we'll see. I have it mounted.
Oh,
I have the receiver
lovely.
on the end of my selfie stick, along with my camera.
Has to be on the path.
The camera's my Osmo Pocket, which I tend to use for all my vlogging now. And I haven't mentioned what the unit is. It's a Hollyland Lark. And it comes with two, I'll point to this, two little microphones. This is mine. And she, that must be a bird, has a similar one on her coat. Back again. Difficult to sort out these microphones out one-handed. So yeah, you get two transmitters and the receiver unit, and you get a box.
She took your ball. Did she cheat?
You drop all three units in the box, plug the box in via a USB-C cable to a USB socket, and they all charge up. The
Go get your ball then.
Box is it's also got an
tell her you want it back.
itself, so it becomes a charging station. Now the battery in the box will recharge.
So do you want rabbit raisins today?
2 and a bit times. I think it's 2.5 times. So that's from flat to fully charged twice. So if you go out with everything fully charged, you'll then be able to drain it and recharge it, drain it and recharge it, drain it and half charge it, or thereabouts. Now each full charge gives you apparently 4 hours of recording time, or 4 hours of sound time. So that's with a fully charged unit before you set off, that's 12 hours.
She took your ball. Oh, poor dog.
12 and a bit hours.
Do you want rabbit raisins? Watch her. She'll put it down. You can get rabbit raisins.
12.
Go get it, Dex.
12 to 14 hours worth of charge time. And that's assuming you're not anywhere where you can plug the unit in. So you can get a full day out of it easily.
Hopefully.
Well, she says hopefully. As I say, if you go out with them fully charged, there's 4 hours, and then you can recharge it twice, there's 12 hours, and then you can recharge it a bit more, another two hours maybe. So as I say, you've got 12 hours worth of recording.
Supposedly.
Now how, in an average day, would you record 12 hours constantly? I don't think you would, because you tend to have breaks, wander about. This is the longest we've recorded, simply because, in one stint, simply because I'm testing the sound quality.
Oh,
now,
get your ball
I'm going
off
to change it for the mode it's in.
Go get it.
Stereo to
Go on, tell her it's your ball.
Back with you in a second. Right, we're now in mono. And what that means, it's recording from both microphones to one.
Where's your ball? Go get it.
So I suppose it always records in mono, but it has stereo facility, so it's got 2 tracks. So if you're recording in mono, it's just recording to both tracks. So the sound input from the microphone gets recorded to 2 tracks simultaneously, so you end up with 1 soundtrack. When you record in stereo,
you got
the
your
sound
ball
from each
back,
microphone
puppy.
is recorded onto a separate track.
Come on then.
One on the left, one on the right. You can then put them together as 1 track. When you're messing about with the video, I suppose. I don't know how it works exactly. I'll have to have a look.
Come on, puppy, give me the ball.
There's a safe mode. Now, what that does, it takes the sound from both microphones, or 1 microphone if you're only using 1. Well, it takes the inputted sound and records it to 1 track. But at the same time, it records that same information, that same sound, to the second track, but 6 dB or 6 decibels lower. And the reason for that, apparently, is that if you get a sound spike, which leads to sound being distorted, there's a sudden loud noise, your safety track has been recorded quieter, 6 decibels lower. Which means that track might not peak out with the loud noise. So you could then use the sound from that track during the loud bit to even it out without getting distorted. Again, not really sure how that works or whether that'll work for me. I'm just your idiot old man in a shed making the odd video, trying to put something down for the kids and family later on. For instance, my children didn't know my granddad, which was a shame really, because he was a wonderful man. But they would never know him. They didn't know my granddad either. Born. I never knew my great-grandfather. You get where I'm going with this? So you lose family history. The world we're in at the moment, where technology such as this is so easy to use, for the novice, for the idiot, for the silly old bugger to use, that even I can record. Sorry, I was dodging there because she was throwing balls at me. Bitch.
You've only just realised I'm doing it on purpose.
No, I was tactfully ignoring you, you evil cow. Anyhow, what was I saying? Yes. So it's easy now to leave a record for future generations. So it's about trying to be as honest as you can on these. I swear on them because I swear. It's nice to say, oh, I wouldn't like to swear on these because my grandkids don't know I swear. Your grandkids are going to swear. We all swear. Everyone swears at some point. But morals change during the years, over the years, and how people act does. So what you've got to try and do, or I feel like I must try and do, is try and be as honest as I can with myself and on these videos, and not cut out the bits that paint me in a bad light. Because I'm not a saint.
No, he definitely is not.
I'm a bit of a twat at
Very
times.
much so.
Try to be nice, but not always. I'm a grumpy old sod. Would you agree with that? Am I a grumpy old sod?
Oh, definitely.
See, she's trying to paint herself in as some sort of angelic creature. She's not.
I'm not.
Evil. Anyhow, she's evil, but she's got a nice wiggle when I'm following her.
I'm evil. I cook your meals.
Yes.
I wash your clothes.
As I say,
I put up with your bad moods.
Or as I was trying to say.
I think I deserve a medal the size of a
I can't hear what she's saying because I'm deaf as a post. But if this equipment's working, I've got a nice record of what she's saying, and I'll be able to hear it later. So mumble under your breath as you want. Call me all the names under the sun.
Actually, I'm doing it on purpose because I know there's a chance you can hear this.
I shouldn't have told her that. And then I could spy on her later on, leave it in a bag. Anyhow, where was I going? Yes, so...
He really thinks I'm daft.
YouTube and video in general.
Out the puddles! Good God, together. Dexter.
If you don't mind looking like a
look at the colour of your paws. At least you stay clean belly.
Most of us talk to ourselves on occasion.
Look at the ball.
Even if it's just in the privacy of our own heads. So putting these videos together for when you're gone, because none of us live forever. It's a nice resource for the family moving forward. It might never be of any use to anyone, and no one might ever watch him. It doesn't really matter. I worked in a museum. 15 years I spent working in a museum. And the bits that were of interest to most people, the historical bits that they found most interesting.
Have you got the ball, Dex? Has she still got it?
Life the way it used to be.
Oh, Belly, give him back
Old
his ball.
Of just general people going about normal life activities. The way streets used to look. The way people used to dress. Now, all black and white photographs don't give you... They give you an idea of the look of the place, but not the sounds. And a photograph is frozen. It only paints part of the picture. Video is totally different. Film is totally different. So, yeah. These videos sometimes are a pain in the butt because they can ruin your day out if you're trying to record a video and have a day out. So they can be bloody annoying. However,
come on.
As a journal, shall we say.
Have you not got your ball back yet? Go tell her you want it.
Yeah,
Go on, you tell her. Take it off her.
It's just a snapshot.
You're a bigger dog.
And it really is just
You're more
a
scary
snapshot of somebody's life, because you only see the bits they want you to see anyway. And you can't walk around like this all day, every day.
Elle, this way.
But you can record yourself at different times in different places. Things
Back
that
on the
interest
gravel
you.
path.
Yeah. Don't. I've got to remember. Don't try and be somebody I'm not. Because that's not fair. Not to the grandkids or great-grandkids or great-great-grandkids or anyone that's watching this. You've got to try and be yourself. Now I can't, because you've got inbuilt filters and you filter yourself all the time. It's human nature that you present yourself the way you think people want to see you. Can't be helped. So take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. But, yeah, I'm going to pause this for a second. So I've changed the recording mode again. We're now in that safety backup mode or whatever it is. So I'm recording the sound, and it's recording at a slightly lower level as well, 6 dBs lower. I don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't really know if that's going to be of any use. It's probably like everything else, it's of no use until you needed it and you realised you weren't using it. Or you were using it accidentally and something happened and you realised how useful it was. Well,
not really.
We'll see. It might be a case of just leaving it in this mode, because why do I need us to be on separate channels? I can't really see why we would use that.
Well, get the dog, get the ball. Go on, get the ball back.
But who knows?
Get it off her, come on.
We shall see what we shall see.
Go on, Stinky
Now, for
dog.
most of this little walk out, she that must be a bird has been in front of me, 15 to 20 feet. So that means her microphone's been facing away from me, and these are line of sight. So,
hello.
Should be okay. We'll have to wait and see. I know I've been rambling all the way around this, but the reason for that is because the weather keeps changing, or the wind keeps changing, the direction the wind's coming from keeps changing. And I'm trying to get a feel for how
come on, Bella,
the little
dog.
fluffy dead cat things.
Come on, Bella, dog. Bella, now.
As the wind changes and gusts.
Thank you.
Does the sound alter noticeably as you're going along? So I need. Oh, she's throwing that ball at me again. Evil. She's absolutely evil.
Come on, Belle. Belle.
Sure, she's poisoning
Move on.
me. I wish she'd tried chocolate. And the chocolate eclairs. Ooh, I like nice chocolate eclairs. Fruit cake. I like fruit cake as well. Yeah. So, if you're viewing this in the future,
shall we?
Ask yourself this.
Oi!
Are you still a Stevenson? You might not be. Let's just hit me with a ball. Because we Stevensons do like puddings, desserts, cakes, chocolate, and ice cream, any dessert really, cream. Yeah.
You had white stuff on you, and it wasn't off the ball. It was there before the ball hit you.
It's possibly from the soft play when we were there. No, I wasn't on the soft play. It's Arthur's birthday today. Happy birthday, Arthur.
3.
He's 3, and we're yeah. It should really timestamp these. It's October 2021. It's the 2nd of October, isn't it?
Yes, it is, love.
2nd of October. His birthday is not till the 3rd of October.
No, his birthday is the 2nd of October.
His birthday is the 2nd of October. Jesus, you can't keep it straight. So yeah, it's 2nd of October, 2021. And we're out testing the new microphones.
Do you know you're as bad as your daughter? She thought it was the 3rd as well, and it's her son.
Yeah, well, she's like me. She can't keep the dates straight in her head.
Well, I knew.
Oh, that's another thing. I forget things. Dates especially. I always have been. It's not just age.
Yes.
All through my life,
my
I have been
on the
useless
25th.
at remembering birthdays and anniversaries, including my own. I have been known to forget it's my birthday until somebody says happy birthday. Don't know why, it's just the way it is. They've never really been that important to me.
They should be.
But they're very important to she. That must be a bird. She does like a birthday, and she does like even more if there's a party attached to it, and presents and cards. Cards, right, here's a thing. I don't see the use of cards. Christmas cards, birthday cards, christening cards. What are they for? So if you've ever had a card off me, you've been very fortunate or I didn't write it.
Look, remember Alan? He carried one round the bag all month.
Alan, God bless you, Alan.
Judith would give him it.
Alan Crackett. I used to work with Alan at the museum. And one Christmas, he had a Christmas card in his bag way after Christmas. He didn't take it home because Judith had given him this card to give to me, but he didn't want to give it to me because every time I got a card, I would chunt her for hours. So the poor man was trapped. I don't know why he just didn't throw it away. But yeah, a card fell out of his bag with my name. I says, Alan, why is there a card with my name on it? Just come out your bag. Oh, it's your Christmas card. Judith told me to give you it. I says, Christmas was months ago. I know, but I know how you feel about cards. I didn't want to upset you. Jeez.
I know, I gave up to giving him cards to give to Judith and everyone.
Grandman was Alan.
Yeah, you worked well as a team, you too.
He's a grafter. Oh, he always was a grafter. But just got stuck in and got it done. But he had his limitations, as we all have limitations. And he managed to work around his. But if you were employing somebody to graft, Alan would have been your man. Because he wasn't afraid of hard graft. Or any graft, he just got on with it and got it done.
Well, look at it, he got pensioned off and he went and got another job.
Yeah, well, was that because he wanted a job or to get out of the house so that his good lady wouldn't give him lots of jobs to do? Well, anyway, we digress. We're just waffling to test the sound. So yes, going for wind. Oh,
no, even better. Have a poo bag, not my dog.
My dog is just shit on the path. Now, English heritage, Forestry England. The rules here for dog muck are: if it's on either path, pick it up or get a stick and flick it off. If it's not on the path, you don't need to pick it up. And you're going to film me picking up dog poop?
Yeah, and it's his dog. And there's a PT because it's always my dog that poos on the path, never his.
Yeah, and he's just on the path as well.
Yep.
So there you have it. I've been picking up poop.
Hey, you can put it in.
I've got the camera on the other end.
Dicky bag.
Dicky bags.
Wonderful things.
I've waffled on about them before. They are wonderful things. If you've got a dog. If you haven't got a dog, they're absolutely no use to you. But there you go. I'm quite happy that this camera's got a gimbal on it, because I keep tipping this selfie stick left and right.
She's found another one.
And even if it's noticeable on the video, I'm not surprised because I'm really tipping it.
Well, hey, give us a bow.
It's doing a grand job of staying locked onto my ugly mug though. Right, what are we talking about? Nothing really. We're just waffling because
we have to.
We have to protect these microphones.
Yep.
Although she's not been saying a lot. But you can understand why I struggle with sound levels with her, because she shouts into them. So I'm off. Exactly. So I might need to turn hers down a little bit, which is the beauty of recording, I suppose, on 2 tracks. I can. Well, even on the same track, you can alter the input levels of each microphone separately.
He will mute me.
I'll show you later when I show you a picture of the receiver.
Every time I talk over,
there's 2 dials on the front, so it's very easy to turn the gain down, or the levels. You just crank it left and right, and it clicks one, and it goes at 1 dB for each.
Come on then.
Click of the knob at the front.
Oh.
You might call it an end to this. I think it's going to start raining, and none of this stuff is waterproof. They're not action cameras.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't really need an action camera. But, should I ever come into money, I might treat myself to an action camera for some of the stuff.
What are you going to do? Take up high-speed biking?
No, I'm not going to take up anything like that, but sometimes it would be nice to mount the camera on the side of the van for some driving shots, maybe. Or if I'm out in the rain, it could use it instead of the Osmo. But I do like the Osmo. It's been a nice piece of
Bella's
kit.
got it.
So I'm going to sign off there, and we'll talk later. So you made it through, and you're still here. Good God, you either skipped through to the curtain, the red curtains, and got it over with quickly, or you actually listened to it all. Well done. Obviously you've got nowhere to be and nothing to do. But thanks for watching. Thank you. What do I think of them? They're expensive, but then again, everything is expensive. It's all relative, I suppose. In real terms, they cost me as much as I paid for the camera. They could be a game changer when we're out and about doing our English heritage visits that Karen wants to do, because it will improve the sound no end. Yesterday's proven that. Just out in the wind yesterday, and I've got usable sound out of them, which I wouldn't have done if I'd been using the onboard microphone. No way anything I'd have shot yesterday on using the onboard microphone would have been usable. It just wouldn't have been. And you could hear that from the two clips, one of Revo the day before yesterday, and back when we were in Cumbria on our road trip, and we were on the beach. Neither the day at Revo nor the day on the beach were anywhere near as windy as yesterday when we were out testing these microphones. Nowhere near. In fact, I didn't even realise there was a breeze when I was shooting at Revo earlier in the week. It surprised me when I got back and it was blowing across the camera. I was thinking, I didn't realise it was windy. So there you go. Yesterday definitely was windy. Definitely windy. So there you go. That's a very long video. That doesn't explain a great deal, but hopefully it'll be helpful should you be thinking of getting some radio microphones. As I say, it's just basic settings. As it came out of the box, I've done nothing with it because I wanted to get a feel for what they're going to be like. I'm happy with them because they did cope with an awful lot of wind noise that day, and it did very well with it. So I think with a bit more practice, a little bit of my learning more about them and the settings and how to use them, it should improve it again. But time will tell. I'll come back to this in a few weeks and give you some more in-depth thoughts. But at the moment, they're my thoughts. So, hope it was useful. But that's basically my first thought on the Hollyland Lark 150 wireless microphone system. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.